Hello. Good afternoon. It's a very different time for me to come on. So thank you, Randy. Hey, Kimmy. Hey, guys. I little Jack is taking a nap, so I thought I would come on really quick and try to cover this. Since it's just very new out. Um, there's not a lot of details at this time, but he has been, his charges have been upgraded to murder. So, my assumption is they probably found something with all of the. Hi, Liz. Hi. Are you guys thinking this is a little bit crazy? That I was surprised this happened right now, but I'm not surprised though. I'm not. I assume there's some kind of DNA on that rug and hacksaw and that stuff that they found. But I'm going to play a video. I don't know if I should wait. You guys obviously got a notification. So maybe their notifications went out. I'm not going to. Okay, good. I'm not going to go live this evening. Mr. Snotty has an appointment, and we've got some things we need to take care of. So I wasn't planning to go live. I was going to put a community post up, but I think, since the baby's asleep, I could just jump on and then I can tell you myself, and we can go over this. So I'm going to, I'll play the breaking news that came out. This one. Okay.
A major development breaking right now in the case of missing Cohasset mother Ana Walshe. We can now confirm that her husband, Brian Walshe, is charged with her murder. Again, he's been charged with her murder. The warrant against Walshe issued moments ago by a clerk magistrate in Quincy District Court. Brian Walshe had previously been charged with misleading investigators regarding the disappearance of his wife. This all started when Ana Walshe, a mother of 3 young boys, was reported missing on January 4th. That report to police came from her employer, a high-profile real estate firm in Washington, D.C. She was last seen by a friend with her husband, Brian, on New Year's Eve at their home in Cohasset. Brian Walshe was first taken into custody back on January 8th. As a 5 investigative photographer captured this exclusive video of Walshe being led into the police department there in Cohasset in handcuffs. The next day, Walshe smiled here for the cameras as he was taken to his arraignment. In court, prosecutors allege that he lied about his whereabouts after Ana's disappearance, including a trip to Home Depot where he paid $450 for various cleaning supplies. They also claim that police found blood in the Walshe.
Doesn't it just kill you? She's so pretty. And not only that, though, she looks like a really sweet person. And this guy just does not, they just don't fit for me. They don't go together at all. Sad.
His basement and a damaged knife. 5 Investigates has learned that a search of a transfer station in Peabody in this case, which is not far from his mother's home in Swampscott, resulted in the discovery of a bloody rug, a tarp, and a hacksaw. All of those, we understand, were tested for DNA evidence. Again now, the news just in, Brian Walshe, officially charged in the murder of his wife who's been missing, Ana Walshe. We expect to learn more in the hours ahead. Of course, we're tracking every angle on this. We've got a crew of reporters on this story today. Stay with News Center 5, WCVB.com.
So, got, yeah, me too, Cricket. Welcome. And Jerry, yeah, me too. I'm very glad. It's just so sad. I mean, she really looks like a very sweet woman. She's very beautiful. And he looks like a psycho. I mean, you see pictures where he didn't always look so crazy, but there was that report that came out that she had that she had called the police in DC before they were even engaged, and said that he had threatened to kill her and her friends. Hey, Pop Life, I'm glad you came in. You won the music trivia the other night. Hey, Frazzled. This could have been prevented. That is what I know. I know that people never think that, because of course nobody. Why would you? Yes, you did. So if you will email me, you get a shirt, a hat, and a pair of tennis shoes. You will email me, and I will get the information from you. I did email you back, Jerry. That's exactly right, Jerry. There you go. Everybody drink up. No, that's exactly right. You don't buy that kind of stuff. You, yes, please do. Jackie Snotty at Gmail. Yes, please do. What did Cricket say that came in? Yeah. Right. You don't buy that kind of stuff. And exactly, unless you have a business, and a business that does cleaning. But, he didn't cover his tracks at all. Like, there was something, like we went over the one night. I mean, so many red flags with this guy. So many. He just, he can't get along with his family. He can't get along. Look how he had all that trouble with his dad. And, I mean, there's something to be said about somebody like that. And, here she was, the breadwinner, and he couldn't even just handle the fact that, just taking care of the kids and be a decent guy. I used to clean homes and office buildings, and $450 in one pop is excessive for a cleaning business, even unless it's a huge company buying in bulk. No, you're right. I mean, that's really over the top. Right. I buy my stuff for the house, at Costco generally. And I mean, really, even if I bought every single thing at one time, you don't buy every item at one time. I mean, even if you did, what, $50? And that's Costco size and stuff, maybe? I don't know. It's an awful lot. And it's really sad. It's so sad. And yeah, I feel like you're very right. It could have been prevented. Well, I don't know if an alarm, I don't really know what happens with the bracelet thing. I don't know if you, or the anklet, right? I don't exactly know how those work, but I know that it basically is a a GPS device. So I don't know if there's something that goes off that says, okay, we got to go get him. Especially because his crime wasn't violent or sexual in nature or anything. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of times the ankle monitors aren't monitored. Right. That's what I think. I would, especially, well, we all know how some of this works. Look at JC Dugar. I mean, that guy was, you know, he was, on a registry for years, and they even went to his house, and here she was living in the backyard. They didn't really monitor him very well. But I think also what happens is once they do choose to look at it, then they can find a, they can track where all it had been. I think an ankle monitor data is to be downloaded, but I'm not sure. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that anything really goes off for them to, but I know that they can go back and look and see where he's been. It is a device, a GPS device. I just don't know that it's an alarm. Again, his charges weren't for anything violent or, essay or anything. But my concern is why was he never, why had he not been sentenced yet? That was lasting a really long time, if you ask me. That would be where my problem would be. He should have been in prison, and this definitely wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I think that sounds right, Fig. I think it does. Not positive. I've never had one, but I have heard in other cases they aren't monitored like you would think. I believe that, Jerry. And I think it's only if they choose to look for it. I'm sure. Yep. But he just should have been charged already with, or sentenced. Because, wow, that's been an awful long time. I think, he was convicted, it's been almost 2 years ago, right? I think it was, or whenever she wrote the letters or something, when everybody wrote letters for him, everybody feeling sorry for him for having screwed everyone over his whole life. Yeah, I think so, Jerry. I would think you're right. Exactly. Probably, right. Right. Yeah, I think it's a scare tactic, like you said. Then, he feels like he's being monitored, yet he didn't act like he thought that. He didn't act like anybody was going to know anything. He didn't try to cover up one bit. Yeah, and it makes all of us feel, warm and fuzzy if they're being monitored. Really, uh, I would say the word monitor is probably the wrong word for that. Yeah, it does not appear that he cared, and all the smiles and everything. Those poor babies. Right. I'm sure that there are some that most definitely pay much more attention. And I guess really, if you're not considered violent, then they probably don't even put you on that. If you're violent, you shouldn't even be on a bracelet. You should be behind bars. Yep. Yeah, I've heard of things like that too. I don't know, and pray to God I never do. Yeah, the kids are what really kill you on this one because, and her mom, her friend had said that she was really wanting, everybody to move to DC so didn't have to be away from her kids so much. And see, why didn't he? It's not, I mean, I know his mom was there, but he didn't have a job. He should have been in prison. And she could have been in DC at her home with her kids. A burnt out probation officer doing retirement. Yep. Yeah, doesn't care what you do until he does. Yeah, I don't think they probably ever checked his stuff. It's just that this came up and it was a great way to find out where all he's been. And what kind of person is walking around Home Depot with gloves on? Mask is one thing, but gloves, everybody walked by was like, what is that? Isn't that weird? Him and Brian Koberger both walking around stores with gloves on. That to me is a flag right there. I mean, it's not like you feel like you're going to call the police, but it's definitely weird. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, the youngest one always gets by with most, or with more. From parents' arms to state custody. Right. Right. Her family not even being, in this country. God. The baby wants to wear spaghetti. Sure, that's fine, right? Hi, Foofer. Exactly. It makes it so stupid. Right? What is wrong with you? I know. That's why I'm saying. Why didn't he just wear a shirt that said, I'm cleaning up my wife's body parts or something? I mean, what the heck? And to put on have on his computer to look up how to get rid of a 115-pound body. And you might as well say. Yeah, so stupid. Well, and then look at the smile. That really grabs me, the way he thinks he's cute, the smiling and stuff. He seems so creepy to me. Right, yeah, he's definitely needs to be on the world's dumbest criminals. I don't know, I just feel really bad about this. It's too bad. Yes, exactly, thankfully. Yep. No, I don't wish bad for people either, but these kind of people I do. So many times, like Leilani, you just figure justice will come in prison, maybe just the same way it did for Jeffrey Dahmer. That wouldn't bother me. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, I do have a statement from the DA. Yep, he will. The thing is, they get into, and I shouldn't say things like this, but they get into prison and it's like they go and they find God and all of a sudden it's like, which that is what we should all hope for. But my goodness. You kind of want him to have to go to hell. That's terrible. I'm gonna go to hell for that. But right, right. Not a good businessman for sure. No. Okay, well, listen to this. Oh, I don't even know what to think of this Don Wells nonsense right now. Good God. I was trying to figure out some of that. Wow. Right. So he said. Like he's not a big fat liar.
The Cohasset Police Department and the Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to the Norfolk District Attorney's Office have been involved in an intensive investigation into the fate of Ana Walshe, a 39-year-old Cohasset mother of three, since she was first reported missing on January 4th. Early in this investigation, the police developed probable cause to believe that her husband, Brian Walshe, age 47, had misled police investigators on material matters important to the search for Ana Walshe. He has pled not guilty to those charges and is currently being held at the Norfolk County House of Correction. The continued investigation has now allowed police to obtain an arrest warrant charging Brian Walshe with the murder of his wife. Mr. Walshe will be transported to the Quincy District Court for arraignment on the charge of murder. Additional details of the investigation and the evidence in support of those charges are likely to be presented at arraignment, but will not be disclosed at this time. This marks the second allegation of domestic violence homicide in Norfolk County in less than a month.
So yeah, we don't get any more information than that right now. So no probable cause or anything at this point in time. But that's, I think it will come out soon. It's good if they genuinely accept Christ, but it seems like it's years after crime. I forget how. Oh, yeah. And, it's really big to go ahead and play that game, in prison. My aunt used to say, yeah, you're the model prisoner when you don't have a choice. Yeah. Weird. You behave behind bars. When you have time, if you want, go check on what happened to the illegals that are in New York. This will piss you off. Oh, okay. Lori and Chad killed all those people and children. But by trial time, the victims they have dead for years and shock is over. Right, right. And, I guess from what I heard, Lori Vallow is saying now that, of course, they're starting to turn on each other, but they said that, she's going to say something about she wasn't even there when Tylee and JJ were killed. But, I can't. And she's gonna blame it on her brother, which is what we know that she's been planning all along. That's why he coincidentally passed away as well. So, and I'm not denying that her brother had a lot to do with a lot of that too, because he did. We know for sure that he killed her ex-husband, but she was behind every bit of this stuff. And you know what? I think he tried to kill the Chad's wife, but that didn't work out. And so then Chad ended up doing that. Regardless, if you ask me, that Lori Vallow is a serial killer. Killed his wife and unborn son. I don't care what. No, I agree 100%, Jerry. I don't think that I believe Scott Peterson did it for sure. Yeah, I don't know about all this wanting to come out. I have heard a lot of people saying that. Baloney. And calling that Amber Fry from acting like he's in Paris and just shut up, you God. He makes my stomach sick. When of course they will both blame everything on Ellen. Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly. Yeah, very convenient that he's gone so he can take the rap on all that. Yeah, I know. I was really surprised. Even my son told me that he was listening to somebody, and he's like, "There are some questions about Scott Peterson," and I was like, "Bologna and cheese, he did it. Bull crap. Did Quentin grandma get any jail time for what happened to Quentin? She hasn't been charged with anything. I think she very well might, but I think it's going to have to wait and see what happens with Leilani, because if Leilani is not convicted of murder, then it's going to be hard, which I'm sure she's going to be. But without that, you would have a really hard time saying that grandma did anything. But not really, if you ask me. But I think that's where they will get a bigger charge, is by waiting till that happens. Just like the people who believe Casey Anthony. Right. Oh my God. Right. I wondered about that when I listened to, when I watched that, I thought, how many dipshits are going to be like, oh my God, George did it and raped the whole family and blah, blah, blah. And, the whole way that she acted like, it was such an epiphany to her right then. Shut up. Give me a damn break. The trial doesn't mean there's any evidence that I've seen before. Right. No, I think that's exactly right, Jerry. He's lucky that he didn't already get a lethal dose. Yeah, they shouldn't even be wasting anybody's money on that crap. Right. And who dyes their hair and gets $10,000 in cash? Stop all of it. Stop it. The minute we saw him with that blonde hair, I was like, oh, for really? Oh my God. Too much. Yeah, because you know what? She'll never, it doesn't have a heart. I don't think she does. I refuse to watch it. I watched another YouTuber talk about it. And it was hilarious. Oh, yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I had to watch it. I had to. But yep, that's Fig's favorite, Stephanie Harlow. Yeah, I know. Well, not too long ago, she was dating a police officer. I mean, do you sleep with one eye open when you're dating that crazy bitch? My God. Casey found her acting skills and master manipulator. So some people are falling. Right. I think they are too. Some people make a sparkle chair for a couple $100 if they couldn't afford to bring him to the death penalty. Yeah, I can. We can take care of it. My dad used to say that 9 cents. That's what a bullet cost. Yeah, I wouldn't turn my back on that one. No way. No way. She was living her best life while that baby was rotting in her trunk. Oh, yeah. Well, and just like those people that were, the people who have defended her and, just taken her in like family, they really have. And that guy there, acting like they never talked about what happened with what George did to her. Get that. You're going to tell me they never talked about that? Really? Not until they were in front of a camera? And I got to tell you something else that really, really toasted my ass on that show. Whenever she had to go to an Airbnb because of her safety and all that, she didn't want anyone to be at her house. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I don't know why you had to go and spend days with somebody, but whatever. And do you guys see how she, brought a whole box of stuff that Kaylee's that she could put out? I see right then I would have popped her in the mouth. Are you serious? You have a lot of damn nerve. What about your rotten pizza, you bitch? What a waste of point. Oh, Kimmy, I love it. Yeah, I know. Total suckers. There's one born every day. Well, and you hate to say this because, I'm not trying to victim shame at all. But seriously, Ana Walshe was a sucker. Clearly. Just that letter that she wrote, she really believed that it's all somebody else, somebody else's fault that he was like he was. And I'm probably bald and squalled and acting like a real pity party asshole. Not too bad. I'm not blaming her for being killed, not one bit. And it's horrible. But I just wish she hadn't fallen for his crap. Now, obviously, she was a very driven, very intelligent woman, and she should have had a really good life. Hey, you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to come on tonight. And then this news came out and I was like, oh, we need to talk about it. So while baby Jack is sleeping, I decided to hop on. When women follow their heart, not their head, many women think they can change them. Right. And people want to. Everybody wants to help people. As a rule, most people do. And especially if you love somebody and you want to do things for them, you think that things can be better, and everybody wants that. But there's only so many times that you can blame it on someone else. When you steal $500,000 from your dad and then you sell fake paintings. Okay, well, this is something you do. You're a fraud. Now, a fraud doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to take someone's life. But he had threatened that before. I mean, how many times are you really going to even if someone ever told me they were going to kill me, I think I would at least, I may not be really afraid, but I'm not going to turn my back on them. Because most people don't say that. Yeah. Yeah, at some point, you got to assume that they mean it. Or just not take that chance. And who says they're going to kill your friends even? That's a lot. That's, wow. One thing I wasn't able to find out is when he's going to be arraigned. I looked for that, and they didn't mention it on those clips that we watched. So I don't know when that's going to be. I'm anxious about it to find out when. It'll be, because obviously they didn't find a body. And I don't believe they're going to. And look at this lately. It seems like people think that, they're going to get by with stuff if they put them in the trash. Because they might. Oh, yes. He was upgraded to charges of murder today. Brian Walshe. Just barely about an hour and a half ago at this point, I think. And they didn't give any new details that it'll probably come out in the arraignment, they said. But right now they weren't giving any new the details that caused them to upgrade the charges right now. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we've all been saying. Yeah. One of my friends, her husband kept beating her. He woke up to a cast iron skillet beating him. She told him he touched her one more time. One morning he will not wake up. A cast iron skillet would probably take care of that. Wow. Yep, that'll get somebody's attention. Oh my goodness. That's what should happen, though. You just have to get away from that because they're not going to behave, I don't think. He never touched her again. Well, that's good if that worked. It takes a special kind of a person to beat up women and children. It's, first of all, a coward. But, I always say that, just like there are certain things you don't, in my opinion, you don't change. If you have that in you, it's too risky to me to think that you could ever really be rehabilitated. But a lot of times, what happens in those situations, though, a lot of times it happens like if somebody when they're drinking, and then so they stop drinking and the violence stops. So I think those things can happen. But if you don't figure out what the problem is and handle it, then get a cast iron skillet, because damn. If you're going to leave a mark on me, you can damn well bet you're going to have one also. I had a scuffle one day, and everybody said I had also just had my wisdom teeth pulled, so my jaw was kind of swollen on one side. And everybody was like, ooh, how does the other person look? And I was like, nobody did this to me, but yeah, they don't look so good. Guaranteed they don't. His button, not his button. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I never know with you, Kimmy, what you're trying to say. There was a time when I found the word waffle to mean something that people had for breakfast and something very innocent. Now, no. So I don't know what button means. And I don't want to know. Oh, I missed that. Okay, I missed that. I had a friend, her husband cheated on her many, many times. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't read that. I missed that one. Kimmy. Okay, yeah. Yep. Pulled a bobbin on him, kind of. Well, that's funny. Oh, did you go sub up to her? I don't know if she yeah, I'm sorry. I had missed I thought that was the one I had read before. Skinless chicken head. Oh my god, Kimmy. Seriously. Great know y'all about it. Top hats. Yeah, I guess I did say bob it, but wow, that's funny. Crazy, crazy days, I guess. Yeah, you want to do the crime and have to do the time. Thank you, Miranda. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness. You guys cracked me up. And that's good stuff. Well, I am going to have to cut this short. My baby will be up any time now. He's been asleep for, yeah, an hour and a half. So that ain't going to last much longer. What's the watch time hours now? Oh, let me see. I think it was kind of weird. I don't understand this at all. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. Yeah, it still hasn't changed since yesterday before I came on. I surely hope not. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it still shows I need 62, right? Yeah. Jeremy Renner. No, I don't know who that is. Oh, an actor? Oh, yeah, in a car accident, right?
No, it's industrial equipment.
Oh my gosh. That's right. That's right. Okay, I do recognize him. I don't know. I don't know who he is necessarily, but I did hear about that. I forgot. That's crazy, right? So he's out of the hospital, recovering at home as of today, apparently. And so I guess you guys, so I understand that Don Wells has a channel now, I guess. Got smashed. I know that's crazy. Oh, are you serious? Wow. You were wondering how I didn't know who he was? I'm still whipping sleep out of my eyes. The nap almost turned me into. I know. Sometimes a nap is just amazing. Most of the time it is. But every once in a while it really gets you. Yep. He had a channel before he went into jail. Right. And so he has a new channel now. What is it called? I couldn't find it. Yeah, he's I know that he was on there before, and he was on other people's we go on panels and stuff. I didn't watch too much of that. I can't. He drives me crazy, and her more than him even. I can't stand her. See, Kimmy, I know, I don't, there's something about it that doesn't seem, and I know that everybody, whenever I would tell you guys I would lose like 15 subs out of nowhere, like in just an hour, things like that I feel like are weird. Like they don't do it right or something. Because how it is exactly as it was yesterday before I came on. I promise. That's what it says anyway. Does she want one? Where did she get? Oh, her link. She doesn't have a channel, but I think just the ones that I think the videos I put up of her. Stop it. I think everybody technically has a channel. Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm assuming. I don't really know. I don't think that she doesn't have a channel that she's put anything on. Just I put stuff of her. When I thought I had to have 10 million shorts up there and I didn't know what to do. But people like them a lot. I'm watching the videos I've never seen before at her beginning. I know you have been, and I really appreciate you. I can't tell you how much, Kimmy. You're too sweet to me. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah. 39.38. Exactly the same as it was. And like yesterday morning, it was what? 39.30. Yeah, no, I don't have a channel with content. Way too busy to get started on all that stuff. Yeah. True that. I know tomorrow Lisa is going to be on. She's going to come over and come on channel with me. Come on up, do a live with me tomorrow evening. My ex-husband's wife. So I think everybody will enjoy that. I really love her. Wait. Yeah, that'll be fun, right? Oh my goodness, Kimmy. She is a big supporter. She's a sweetheart. I like when we had fun in Georgia. Yeah, she's a really awesome person. She really is. I'm glad to see her again. She's going to come over and have dinner tomorrow and go on live with me. Yep, I think you do. Oh, you have been too? Oh, wait. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I appreciate you so much. I can't tell you. Some awesome people here. Right? Exactly. Really? Oh my goodness. I've got the yawnies. Okay, guys, I'm going to hop off here and take care of my baby. Well, I am glad that you're catching some of this. Some of them are really bad. So just be careful about that. I cannot watch my videos. I cannot. Every time I try to, I'm like, oh God, make it stop. Makes me crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go take care of this baby who is decided to be literally all the way inside of every cupboard in the house today. That's his thing. And he's starting to talk, starting to say things. It's cute. Oh, that's awesome. No problem. No, I'm sorry that I woke you up and all that. Yep, everybody get some good sleep tonight and have a wonderful night and stay snotty. And I will too. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much for coming in.